My name is Marinos Charalambides. I'm a project officer with the SNS JU, and I'm presenting stream B-0103 on communication infrastructure technologies and devices. So let's move on to the scope and the orientations of this stream. So the first one is ultra-high energy efficiency, especially in optical networks, including, for example, optical end-to-end network architecture that avoids, let's say, unnecessary optoelectronic conversion processing. Or another example includes energy-efficient transceivers that outsource the power, some power-hungry functions to photonics. The next item is 3D networking for 6G networks. Example topics here include unified terrestrial, non-terrestrial network architecture and air interface, full network integration of all the various layers in 3D reconfigurable networks, and also embedding AI in network and run procedures. The next is the development of low energy communication solutions. For example, new mechanisms for short range communications and potentially technologies that expand the current limitations of cabled media. Concerning new IoT components and devices, these include zero energy devices, and also another example concerns energy harvesting and wireless power transfer. The next is on unified NTN service provision, which focuses on multi-layer NTN infrastructure service operations towards realizing satellite as a service. And the last concerns the integration of optical and wireless technologies. Okay, so the projects in this stream start with a TRL between 2 and 3, and the ending TRL is expected to be 4. And in some cases where this is relevant, it may go up to TRL 5. Right, so the expected outcomes. The first one is on advanced solutions and technologies for optical, terrestrial, and non-terrestrial networks, which include the integration of wireless and optical networks. The second is on the energy efficient solutions for optical networks in terms of architecture, switching, hardware, possibly software implementation as well. The third point is on the unification of terrestrial and non-terrestrial networks, which is 3D networking. So how the unification in the overall network architecture fits. The next one is on the development of low power communication systems, especially for short range networks, which also supports zero energy devices. The next is on non-terrestrial network architecture, which optimizes ubiquitous service provisioning. Then on the optimal combination of optical and wireless technologies and their integration in the overall network architecture for best exploiting the available frequency spectrum, for example. Algorithm, software, and hardware implementations, which can be used for proof of concept, but also later on for trial systems. Dissemination of solutions for international consensus building, as my colleagues previously mentioned, applies to this stream as well. And the last one is on the contributions to the international standardization. Moving on to the funded projects under this stream. So we had 2 funded projects, Ambient 6G and Nexasphere. Both of them have a duration of 36 months. The total investment is a bit shy of 17 million, and the EU contribution is a bit less than 16 million. So with this, I'd like to hand over to the first presentation from Ambient 6G, Jeroen van